Sometimes I worry about my Democrat friends. Sometimes I'm concerned that their activist activity directors are going to run out of victims to pretend to save from phony oppression and make-believe Republican villains. Then where would they be? Running on principle? I don't see that happening. So I was just walking down the street whistling a tune and enjoying the cool autumn breeze when I had this thought. Actually, I was standing on a ladder power sanding a fascia board in 80-degree heat. But nevertheless, I did have a thought. And the thought was as follows. Maybe stupid is the next victim group. We've milked about all we can out of racism, sexism, xenophobia, Islamophobia, and transphobia. Nobody's buying it anymore. You guys have been reduced to blaming Republicans for the plight of people trying to illegally elbow their way across an international border. You've made a victim group out of people who don't even vote here and probably never will. So the ability to make political hay from the terrible treatment of blacks, gays, women, Muslims, illegal immigrants, and those wacky gender swappers has kind of run out of gas. I know that somewhere in a back office at the DNC, a group of earnest young men and women in identical black-frame smart person glasses are tirelessly brainstorming about who on earth will be the next group of marginalized people who they can falsely accuse Republicans of persecuting. Who can it be? Who? Come on, everybody, give me something. Who can we pretend to defend? Sikhs? The heavily tattooed? People with acne scars? Hippies? The Amish? Come on, we're running out of road here. We got nothing. Well, you know me, always ready to help the rats that stayed on the sinking ship when I jumped into the lifeboat with the rest of the defectors. So here's my recommendation. Stupid people, this is your new victim group. Hey, if there's one thing that virtually ensures an inability to climb the economic ladder, it's stupidity. You get down there into the low 80s on the IQ thermometer and nobody will ever make you manager at the local Applebee's. And we have precedent, don't we? Already the nervous Nellies of the left have made it verboten to use the word retarded, even when speaking clinically about how best to care for the retarded. Can't say it, lest that term be heard by somebody who doesn't understand it and is impossible to offend anyway. Yes, the cognitively impaired are already a victim group, but that's the people with IQs down around the 50s. Nobody has yet made proper victims out of the 65 to 85 crowd. Smart enough to do simple jobs, but not smart enough to, say, see through Bernie Sanders. This is your new victim group, demos. Think of the fun you'll have outlawing the use of words like dummy, dipshit, dope, imbecile, knucklehead, dunce, idiot, and the old school classic, half-wit. This is actually a real problem. There are 52 million Americans not bright enough to succeed in today's challenging job market. And they suffer from the first day of preschool right up until they wash out of high school. This is a way bigger group than the paltry 13 million that you get if you group together L, G, B, and T, even if you add Q, I, and A, whatever those mean. Bigger than the 3.2 million Muslims, even bigger than the 42 million black Americans, and the illegal aliens who have magically been stable at over 3% of the population, which means about 12 million. Yes, the stupid are the biggest unorganized pool of potential voters, and they're just sitting there, waiting to be turned into bitter, entitled Democrats. You can turn your wrath toward those oppressing the stupid. You know, the mentally privileged, the well-schooled elites who peer down their Roman noses at anybody without a proper prefrontal pedigree, those arrogant blowhards who wield their SAT scores like a lightsaber at the cosplay convention, striking down the less educated like so many badly costumed Imperial stormtroopers. This is your new oppressor group, the unjustly smart, those benefiting from unearned brain cells. And here's a bonus, they're mostly white. This is perfect. Oh wait, maybe I spent a little too much time in the sun with my Makita 5000. Obviously, I haven't thought this through, because now that I think of it, you guys are the ones looking down your noses at those not as mentally awesome as yourselves. And if you were to establish the cognitively underpowered as a victim group, you couldn't denigrate perfectly intelligent Trump supporters as being dimwits. Not without feigning sympathy for us anyway, because if we actually are too stupid to know what's good for us, like you always say, shouldn't you be protecting us? This is problematic, no? The one group that actually is being sealed out of the increasingly brain-centric upper class must be ignored so that you can keep calling the highly skilled mechanic in the MAGA hat a moron. Sadly, that's what we're looking at. Yep. You can never make the stupid into a victim group because then you would lose the ability to insult perfectly intelligent human beings who use their wits to do the tasks that keep your cars running and the lights on at the DNC. You'd have to stop denigrating working class Americans as stupid, and we all know that can never happen. So yeah, never mind. You guys are screwed. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel and then click the little bell to get notifications. Yes, the stupid are the biggest unorganized. This is funny. I'm sorry. It's hard to say this without laughing. Yes, the stupid. Wow, that's hard to read.